Recording. So, what questions do you have for me regarding Chapter 6? You can definitely pull up your review guide, I guess we can call it. So, let me pull it up as well, too. And please answer questions. And if you don't have questions, you can study. I mean, I don't really want to give you new material considering we do have the test tomorrow. So, let me pull up the review real quick. And you obviously raise your hand and ask questions unless you feel you're 100% ready, in which we can take it right now. I didn't think so. What things do you find confusing? Or is everything just so completely clear because I'm such an amazing teacher the first time I go around? Sarah, you don't need to smirk like that, please. Don't. That hurts my heart. All right, I'm pulling up PowerPoint. I so wish they would have this on a digital copy so I didn't have to copy it in and scan it and all that kind of stuff. So, what about reapportionment? Do we understand that idea? Yes, reapportionment. I mean, obviously there's two ways to look at it. There's apportionment and reapportionment. They're the same thing. Apportionment is just the first time you do it. Reapportionment is just every time afterwards. And that's redistributing the population into voting districts. Obviously, you're not moving the people. You're moving the voting or the congressional district lines. Something that we will learn about very soon is what is known as single-member districts. That means there is a single person that wins a specific voting district. So let's say Mackenzie is running for one district, Alex is running for the same seat in the same district. Only one of them is going to win. Okay? And we vote for the individual, not a party. Not a party. So you vote for the person. Okay? So the reapportionment process is to get the populations as evenly as possible in each congressional district, so everyone's vote counts the same. So it isn't, you got 40,000 people being represented by one person when you have another voting district that's got 400,000 people being voted by one person. That's not fair to that 400,000 district. Okay?
So political capital is influence over people politically?
Political capital can go either way, and you're right with the one way. Political capital is that idea of the influence one has over other people politically, the power. But it can also be the trust that an elected official has with their constituents and with other representatives. So it's pretty much political power and influence. Okay? And it can be transferred and go either way. And then we got into that coattails discussion yesterday. Riding the political capital, riding the coattails of someone that's very, very popular. And you see that a lot during campaigning. You want to be associated with someone very popular when you campaign. Okay? That's why the Clinton name is very popular for Hillary, because her president was a very popular president. He's very charismatic. He was in the 90s. Things were great. Whether you contribute to him or not, it's up to you to decide. But things were great. And she's riding that Clinton name a little bit and riding his popularity a little bit. There's also some negatives that come with that. With that name. But then you have like Jeb Bush on the other side. Bush is not a popular name. It isn't. His brother isn't seen as a great president. So he's trying to distance himself from that political coattails. He doesn't want to be on those coattails. He doesn't want to be associated with the Bush legacy. He wants to be his own person, which is difficult to do with that last name. Man.
So then what is social capital? Is it just influence over people, period?
Yes, to a certain degree. I don't really want you, I just brought it up vaguely yesterday, but social capital is with society, and there is some politics there. So just kind of forget about it for the time being. You'll never be asked about social capital. Political capital, there's a very minute, itty-bitty chance. Social, never. Exit polls. Pretty much exit polls is the process of gaining an understanding of how people are voting. Typically, exit polls are conducted after an election, after people are campaigning. That's why it's like the exit part, and where you try to get a consensus or an understanding of how people feel on a given issue or topic or how they're going to vote. And then there's characteristics of a good poll. You know, having a variety of questions, having unbiased questioning, having different methods of questioning, different techniques of questioning, different times being questioned, different demographics that you ask, unless you're targeting a specific demographic. So having a lot of diversity and a lot of variety within polls make them a better poll. Yes?
So reapportionment happens after a census, right?
Yes.
And then my dad said something about that we might be redrawing district lines around here.
That's not congressional district.
It was for like the House.
Try not to.
Something about like Daniel Webster would be like in a different.
Yes, but that's. I don't want to confuse people.
Okay.
Yes, there is that, but I don't want to go there. Okay, that's good though. He's definitely not wrong. But yes, moving congressional districts, it can be done because of population shifts in between censuses. When there's a feeling like it is unfair or uneven, stuff like that. Yeah, and Daniel Webster definitely doesn't want to move because he's got a very Republican district. He does not want to move. He's probably fighting that consistently. He's fighting it. Yeah.
Are there 20 questions tomorrow?
Yes, there's always going to be 20.
Oh, we didn't talk about what gender votes more. Isn't it a woman?
Say again?
What gender votes more? Like you had
Oh, terribly sorry. What did we find?
women.
Women.
Like how much?
That's the hard question. I would say percentages, like maybe 4 or 5%. Yeah.
Also said that like for the different parties, it said that more women, that the difference between how many men and women vote, there's more women for Democrats.
Yes, there's
like,
definitely more Democrats for women. Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely. But that's you could say that for most demographics, other than old white guys. I mean, I'm not trying to be rude or anything, but the vast majority of Republicans are older Caucasian males. But again, the strength of the Republican Party was that those guys got out and voted. That's always been the case. That's how the Republicans were so strong in the 80s. Well, they were fed up with Carter too, but they were so strong in the 80s. That's where they were strong in the early 90s with Bush, even though the first Bush wasn't the most charismatic person. That's why he got his butt kicked in 1992 by a very charismatic Clinton. Very charismatic. I mean, you would be hard-pressed to find a better public speaker than Clinton. He is good. Whether you like him or not, the man can speak in public. He owns a room when he walks in it. What else? What about if you were given a chart and they show you different types of data? How would you describe a chart or a pie chart or a dot graph or anything that is very, very one-sided? Like everyone, 90% of people, what would we call that? Not biased. That's the thing I want us to avoid. Not biased. The questioning was fair. Everything was done fair, but everybody seems to be in one side over the other. What?
Unanimous.
Not unanimous, because that's everybody. Skewed. I just don't want you to hear words that you don't understand. That's the word skewed. It's skewed one way over another. It's not biased. The question was very fair, very moderate questioning, but everybody seems to support one thing over another very dramatically. That is skewed. Skewed information.
Did you say that after 9/11 that it was skewed towards passing the
Yes. Yes, I would definitely say it was skewed towards a very a patriotic attitude, very skewed towards supporting pieces of legislation that would be aggressive in finding domestic and foreign terrorism. What else? No, anything? Are we feeling pretty good about this? Don't think you have to come up with questions just to come up with questions. If you're feeling good, you can tell me that and I'll let you study. It's up to you guys. Or hopefully we really do study. Because I've seen the multiple choice from last couple chapters and we've been doing quite well. I expect it to continue. I demand it to continue. We've been getting 15s and 16s and 17s and 18s and 19s and 20s. That's what I expect. That's why it's at 40%. So that better continue. So better ask questions now. Sir?
How do senior citizens put strain on the Social Security?
Here we go. What is the largest voting demographic?
The
Older people. Older people. Social Security, specifically Social Security and Medicare, help who? Old people. We could call Social Security and Medicare the third rail of politics. What is the third rail in real life? It gives the train power, right? Like subways. If you touch the third rail, what happens to you? You die instantaneously. It's nothing but electricity. It's volts, thousands of volts going through your body. So if you touch Social Security, you die as a politician. I had a very smart, my poli-sci teacher teach me that, and I was like, yup, that's the truth. And you'll see that as campaign tactics. You'll see it. For example, when Romney was running in 12, what did Obama do all the time? He was like, he's going to mess with Social Security. He's going to touch it. He's going to mess with it. He's going to do, what was it? Not waivers. Not waivers. What was the word? Something along those lines where he's going to mess with Medicare. So he was trying to associate Romney with the idea that he was going to mess with something that the older population would hate. The older population was scared of that. So that's why the older population supported Obama to a certain degree. The reason why the older demographic can do that because they vote. They vote. They get out and they vote. Trust me, folks, I probably was the youngest person that voted yesterday in my precinct. Kid you not, probably the youngest person. When I went there, there was, well, no line, first and foremost. It was just like nothing. That is how they dramatically affect it. They're an incredibly powerful group. Why do you think that the politicians don't really listen to young people and don't create favorable legislation for you? Because you don't vote. You don't vote, so why listen to you? So that is why they're able to affect that. And what's really crazy, I pulled up this thing. I was going to show you guys. I pulled up the voting results for yesterday, and I live in Mascot, little town.
I saw the mayor race.
Mayor race is still going
How? What do you mean?
because the votes.
There was like 5 voting rights.
They haven't declared a winner yet. For the mayor of Mascot, which is tiny, the votes that split it, 5. 5 votes split it right now. 5 votes. They haven't declared a winner yet because they're probably going to have to do a recount.
How many people voted?
Well, there's a few thousand people living in my area that could vote. At least a few thousand. Look, let me do the math real quick. 251 people voted. That's it.
Sad.
That's very sad. I already got it in second period United States history. Are we paying attention? Because everybody seems to be staring at Kevin's iPad. So hopefully we're paying attention. Yeah, 251 people voted. That's it. That's it. 251. 100 for Cruel, 128, and for Ramirez, 123 as of right now, but they're probably going to have to do a recount. Kind of crazy to think. Yeah, there was nobody. Well, I walked in yesterday, got my little sticker. Ta-ta. You did too?
No,
Oh.
I'm just reading.
Oh, okay. I thought maybe you did. I was very proud of you.
I'm aborting, so
You do absentee.
can I?
Of course you can. Are you 18? Oh, no, you can't vote then. You're fine. Don't make me get in a rant about voting. I don't want that recorded because I get very passionate. No, let's not. Because I already ranted. Just don't. I'll get going. Don't worry. Just I'm very passionately about it, and you need to all vote. If you don't vote, I don't have any tolerance. But I mean, if you look at Groveland, Groveland's got like a lot of people living in the Groveland area. Groveland's big because of demographic.
Isn't that the fastest growing?
Yeah, one of them. Only, folks, look at the Groveland City Council District 4 in Lake County. There's probably at least 5 to 9,000 people that could vote in Groveland area. There's a lot. Just over 1,000 voted. And how close it is? 2 votes. 547 to 549. Voting matters.
Especially in the smaller.
Yeah, especially in anything. You should all vote. The penny tax destroyed.
Oh, they didn't pass it?
Oh, it did pass. It passed. 71%. It was a landslide. So,
They were
What?
making like
Lake County tax increases by 0.5% to pay for infrastructure needs.
Oh,
But again, I don't tell you how I vote. So.
have you heard of that movie where it's like a really crazy concept how there's like one vote it was like a few years ago, the movie. I remember seeing it, the commercials for it, but I never saw it. It was this guy, he was the last person that could vote,
Mm-hmm.
and he would decide the president.
Oh, I haven't seen that. So, yeah. Other questions? Because I'm not going to get in my rant about voting, though you all should. Nothing? All right. Well, then get studying then, I guess.